ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for All session. Today is December 21st, 2024. So we will recite Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, until text 40, which we covered yesterday. And then we'll discuss after that. Chapter 18, Conclusion, the Perfection of Renunciation. अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वम् इच्छामि वेदितुम् त्यागस्य च हृषीकेश पृथक् केशिनिषूदन। श्रीभगवानुवाच काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासं सन्न्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः। त्याज्यं दोषवद् इत्येके कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यम् इति चापरे। निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः। यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञोदानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम्। एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्। नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागस्तामसः परिकीर्तितः। दुःखम् इत्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् स कृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागफलं लभेत्। कार्यम् इत्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव स त्यागः सात्विको मतः। न द्वेष्ट्यकुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुषज्यते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो मेधावी छिन्न संशयः। न हि देहभृता शक्यं त्यक्तुं कर्माण्यशेषतः यस्तु कर्मफलत्यागी स त्यागीत्यभिधीयते। अनिष्टम् इष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मणः फलं भवत्यत्यागिनां प्रेत्या न तु सन्न्यासिनां क्वचित्। अनिष्टम इष्टम मिश्रम च त्रिविधम कर्मणः फलम् भवति अत्यागिनां प्रेत्या न तु सन्यासिनां क्वचित्। पञ्चैतानि महाबाहो कारणानि निबोध मे सांख्ये कृतान्ते प्रोक्तानि सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम्। अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता करणं च पृथग्विधम् विविधाश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवात्र पञ्चमम्। शरीरवान् मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रारभते नरः न्याय्यं वा विपरीतं वा पञ्चैते तस्य हेतवः। तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वान् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः। यस्य नाहङ्कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते। ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः। ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि। सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावम् अव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम्। पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसम्। यत्तु कृत्स्नवद् एकस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तम् अहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवद् अल्पं च तत्तामसम् मुदाहृतम्। नियतं सङ्गरहितम् अरागद्वेषतः कृतम् अफलप्रेप्सुना कर्म यत्तत् सात्विकमुच्यते। यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहङ्कारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासां तद्राजसम् मुदाहृतम्। अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्षा च पौरुषम् अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्षा च पौरुषम् मोहाद् आरभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते। मुक्तसङ्गो न वादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते। रागी कर्मफलप्रेप्सुर् लुब्धो हिंसात्मको शुचिः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः। अयुक्तः प्राकृतः स्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते। बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानम् अशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय। प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी। यया धर्मम् अधर्मं च कार्यं चाकार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ राजसी। अधर्मं धर्मम् इति या मन्यते तमसावृता सर्वार्थान् विपरीतांश्च बुद्धिः सा पार्थ तामसी धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी यया तु धर्म कामार्थान् धृत्या धारयते अर्जुन प्रसंगेन फलाकांक्षी धृतिः सा पार्थ राजसी यया स्वप्नं भयं शोकं विषादं मदम् एव च न विमुञ्चति दुर्मेधा धृतिः सा पार्थ तामसी सुखं त्विदानीं त्रिविधं शृणु मे भरतर्षभा अभ्यासाद् रमते यत्र दुःखान्तं च निगच्छति सुखम् यत्तद् अग्रे विषम् इव परिणामे मृतोपमम् तत्सुखं सात्विकं प्रोक्तम् आत्मबुद्धिप्रसादजम् विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगाद् यत्तद् अग्रे मृतोपमम् परिणामे विषम् इव तत्सुखं राजसंस्मृतम् यदग्रे चानुबन्धे च सुखं मोहनम् आत्मनः निद्रालस्य प्रमादोत्थं तत्तामसम् मुदाहृतम् न तद् अस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यद् एभिः स्यात् त्रिभिर्गुणैः so what did we learn in 40 there is no one on this earth or in the heavenly planets or for that matter anywhere in this whole creation will you find living entities who are not influenced by these three modes. Everyone is influenced by these three modes. Now the next verse. Brahmana kshatriya visham shudranam cha parantapa karmani pravibhaktani svabhava prabhavairgunaihi. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes or chastiser of the enemy. What did the previous verse say? That all people in this entire creation, regardless of which age it may be, whether Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, whether heaven, earth, or hell, or even up to Lord Brahma, every person in this material creation, of course, don't count the liberated souls, right? They are already beyond the modes. But other than the liberated souls or the pure devotees who come here, other than that, all the living entities in this material creation, they are affected by the three modes. Then what is this verse saying? Svabhava prabhavair gunaihi. That means by the influence of these guna, prabhava means influence, by the influence of these three gunas, one svabhava is formed. Svabhava is formed. So what should you learn here about svabhava? Svabhava, let me see, maybe I'll connect the whiteboard today. Svabhava is formed because of the three modes of material nature. Oh, so This right here. So this is okay. So this is a spirit soul. On the spirit soul, you will find there is a subtle body, and then there is a gross body. What is the gross body made of? Gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And this is subtle body. Subtle body is made of what? Chittam, buddhi, manah, mind, and ahankara, mithya ahankara, and also indriya, senses. Okay, this is what the subtle body is made of. Everything, all these are earth, water, fire, air, ether, chittam, buddhi. What are all these? These are all the 23 elements. Hmm? These are all 23 elements. And what are the 23 elements? Where are the 23 elements coming from? Remember that diagram? Karanodakshaya Vishnu, glancing on Prakriti, right? Prakriti. Prakriti consists of what? Three modes. But initially the modes are in equilibrium. By the Lord's glance, now the modes are out of equilibrium, right? Modes out of equilibrium. Then this is Pradhana. Now this is called Pradhana. And this Pradhana is producing Mahat. Mahat is producing Ahankara. Ahankara in goodness, in passion, and in ignorance is producing mind, intelligence, and this is in passion. And then senses, and your gross elements are coming here, gross and subtle elements coming. So, what does Prakriti have? Three modes, okay? And all these things are made of modes only. That means our gross body and subtle body is made of what? The three modes. Yes? Our gross body, subtle body is made of three modes. So here, what Krishna is saying is the svabhava, right? Every person, based, based on his svabhava, he is given a particular body. So your body is nothing but the three modes, combination of three modes. Yes? Body. When you say body, it includes gross body plus subtle body. This is nothing but a combination of three modes. Yes? That means a particular body is reflecting a particular combination of the three modes. Okay, I'll say that also. A particular body reflects a particular combination of the three modes. Yes? So therefore, that situation, the situation of a body. What do you mean by situation? Situation means combination of modes, right? So the situation of a body is called what? The situation of the body is called, okay, is called svabhava. Okay, my particular combination of modes, right? That is my svabhava. So to tell you in a little bit more detail, this is Brahmaji, okay, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, where is Lord Brahma? He is on the lotus. So at the beginning of creation, Lord Brahma has all these conditioned souls with him. Where is Lord? Okay, this lotus stem, inside this stem is Virata Purusha. Okay, this is Virata. Both. You have subtle plus gross Virata. That means subtle body and gross body are there. And then this Virata is coming from where? This is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Okay, this is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, who is laying down on the Garbhodaka ocean. And from his navel, this lotus is sprouting. This is the situation. So already the primary creation is done now. Now Brahmaji's secondary creation. He is doing his secondary creation. What does Brahmaji have to do? I'll take one of this living entity outside. There are innumerable such living entities. So there is this Jivatma, and Jivatma has a covering of avidya. What is avidya? Avidya is a component of Maya, Mahamaya. Avidya is a component of Mahamaya. Okay. And also, along with avidya, what else is there? There is karma. How this living entity has karma? Because this living entity has had in the past, whenever there was a creation, this living entity got bodies. And at the end of Brahma's life, when everything is wound up, this living entity goes back into the body of Karanodakshaya Vishnu. So he is there in the body of Karanodakshaya Vishnu. Since when he is there like this, there's no beginning. This has been going on since Anadi. Anadi means there's no beginning. Lord Karanodakshaya Vishnu is opening his eyes and living entities are coming. There is creation and all living entities get bodies. They continue like this in this universe, life after life after life, changing bodies. And in each body, they are accumulating some karma. And then when Brahmaji's 100 years are finished, the universe winds up and then the living entities go back into the body of Karanodakshaya Vishnu. The next time again Karanodakshaya Vishnu opens his eyes, again the living entities come out, again there is universes created, the living entities again get bodies. Brahmaji is giving them bodies. It's been going on. So every time he gets bodies, he's accumulating some karma. So all that karma is stored. So this karma, and that's as based on this karma, this is the important point here. So this living entity, so this living entity is this one only here. Okay, we are talking about these unlimited living entities. I brought one living entity outside to explain to you. So it's not just one. All of them have this, right? This avidya, all of them have. So This living entity here has karma. Karma. What is this karma? This karma, you can say, is his svabhava, right? His common. What is karma? Karma means based on your activities that you have done, now you have a particular nature. You have a particular nature. So, not that karma is your nature. By karma, you get a svabhava. Because of karma, one second. So, okay, karma. So, this is karma. Okay, this is karma. Now, based on karma, Brahma ji awards a particular body to the jiva. Okay, that means body means what is he giving? First, he will give chittam. So, in the subtle body, you have man, buddhi, ahankar, and chitta. Chitta is what? Chitta is nothing but here. What is the first thing that came from Prakriti? We showed Mahat, right? Mahat. This Mahat only, a small portion of this Mahat, when it is given to the living entity, it is called Chittam. Okay? Mahat is in the mode of goodness. So now, first, if Brahmaji is giving this living entity Chittam, originally, when Brahmaji gives, it is pure. It is pure. That means it is only goodness, like rainwater, right, coming from the sky. When it is falling, it is really pure. But as soon as it touches, that means on this chittam, which is like a blank white paper, now this karma is imprinted, like a stamp. The karma of that living a first chittam. How Brahmaji is giving this chittam from where? Here, from Karana, Virata Purusha. Virata Purusha, I said there is gross, subtle, and gross bodies, right? So the subtle body consists of Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, and Chittam. So he'll take some Chittam from Virata Purusha and he will give it to this Jivatma. How, on what basis, how much he should get, how he is deciding? Based on the karma of the Jivatma. He will say he should get this much Chittam and he will give that living entity that much. And when he gives, Chittam is very pure. It doesn't have anything. It is very pure. But on this Chittam, his karma is imprinted. Now what is happening? Karma is installed on the pure Chittam. Now what happens? Now the Chittam color changes, right? Now Chittam becomes, you can say, polluted. Yes, originally it was pure. When it was given, it was pure. On that, when the karma is imprinted, now Chittam becomes pure. This forms the svabhava. This polluted Chittam, now polluted Chittam means pure Chittam with the karma of the Jivatma forms the svabhava of that Jivatma. Now, based on this Chittam, so that means svabhava means what? Now, he is either in goodness, passion, or ignorance. Percentage, like there can be 30% goodness, 60% passion, 10% ignorance. There can be 80% goodness, 10% passion, 10% ignorance. There can be 80% goodness, 1% passion, 9% ignorance. Like that, it can be 90% ignorance. So based on that, based on the modes, the chittam gets this svabhava. Now based on this svabhava, now he will get whatever. He'll get intelligence, He'll get ahankara and mind and senses, right? All these, the subtle body is according to this svabhava only now. They all have the same, whatever is there in the chittam, right? The karma which is printed. You remember in when we were studying Shastra Brahmana, there we studied what is when we were studying Pratyaksha Pramanam, if you remember. What did we see? That this is the soul, this is chittam, right? Then we said this is ahankara. Then we said this is buddhi, intelligence. Then mind. Then you have your senses. And finally, you have the sense objects. Okay? What happens in Chittam, remember? Chittam has all the samskaras. Yes? You remember? Chittam has all the samskaras. Samskaras means what? Impressions, past impressions. They're all stored in the Chittam. Chittam has samskaras. And what does this buddhi do? Whenever it comes in contact with, so first the senses come in contact with sense objects, that message is sent to mind. Mind gets nirvikalpaka jnanam. Nirvikalpaka jnanam means just that something is there, but it doesn't know what it is. Attributes are not known. That nirvikalpaka jnanam it sends to buddhi. Mind sends to buddhi. Now buddhi, what does buddhi do? It compares. Buddhi compares whatever is sent by the mind with what is there in the chittam, and then it decides what it is. You remember this? So here chittam has all the impressions. That is the point. So at what stage these impressions are coming? They are even carried as soon as you get a new body. Brahmaji gives you a new body. He's giving you a pure chittam. On that, when your karma is installed, immediately that chittam has all these impressions as samskaras. Therefore, samskaras are carried from past life also. They are there in the chittam. When you get chittam and when your karma is installed, that's when you get your svabhava, your nature based on your samskaras. So chittam is made of what? Everything is made of the modes only, but after the karma is installed, now you get your particular svabhava. And according to that svabhava only, now you get your intelligence, you get your ahankara, mind and senses. Based on that svabhava, you are given. So now what is Krishna saying in this verse? Bhagavad Gita 18:41. Krishna is saying that Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam Cha Parantapa. That means the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Shudra Karmani Pravibhaktani. How are you sorting them out? How are you distinguishing Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Shudra? Based on their karma. Based on their karma, you are dividing them. This is Brahmana, this is Kshatriya, this is Vaishya, this is Shudra. Each person has niyata karma. Niyata karma means prescribed duties which he is supposed to do. Right? So based on their duties, you understand this is Brahmana, this is Kshatriya. Then how the duties are assigned to each person? Based on svabhava. Based on svabhava. And how this svabhava is formed? Under the influence of gunas. Svabhava is formed under the influence of gunas. So every person, it does not matter what title you may have, every person in this whole creation has a particular svabhava, and based on that svabhava only you get a body. Of course, animals are, their intelligence is not well developed. So they are a whole different category. You cannot categorize the animals as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. This earthly planet is called Karma Bhumi. Karma happens in the earthly planets only. Higher and lower planets are only reaping the results of karma. When you go to higher planets, demigod planets, celestials, whatever, those who are in the mode of goodness, right, they have reaped because of their pious karma, whatever results they get, they go there and they enjoy. That's all. And when that is finished, again they come back. Karma bhumi means earthly planet. So here you perform karma. And in that also, animals don't have karma. It's something like the others, right? When you hell, you go to lower planets. In the lower planets also there are heavenly, right? Uh, there are different types of heavens, not just the heaven which, but the ones higher are in the mode of goodness. The ones lower are in the mode of ignorance. The ones in the middle are in the mode of passion. But nevertheless, karma happens on the earthly planets, and then you have this division of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya. How, on what basis do you have this division? Based on their svabhava, based on their nature. How is that svabhava coming? Based on their karma, that svabhava is there. Now, therefore, it is really crucial to identify that svabhava of each person, and then after identifying that swabhava, to give him, assign him his particular duties. So if somebody, it's just like a doctor, for a doctor, what does the doctor have to do? Diagnose. Most critical thing is to diagnose the disease properly. What is, he has to do proper diagnosis. Once the diagnosis is done, then the medication is already there. For this, if these are the symptoms, if you diagnose it as this, then this should be the medicine. That is there already, isn't it? In Ayurveda, for example, he feels the pulse. He has to diagnose first. Once he diagnoses, then the next thing is, for this, what remedy is there? It is already there in Shastra. Then based on Shastra, you will give this remedy. Similarly, the Guru also will first diagnose. He will see what is this person's svabhava. He has to find that out. After he finds out what the svabhava is, then for that particular svabhava, what duty should be given, that is already there in the Shastra. Now he will train according to that. So who will diagnose? The Guru will diagnose. On what basis the Guru is diagnosing? He also knows. He is trained to do that from Shastra. For everything, Shastra is Pramana. But without understanding the nature of a person, if you blindly push that person into any field, then is he going to benefit from that type of work? Again, what is the purpose of karma? Already Krishna said before, karma chodana. What is the inspiration for work? To realize, self-realization is the purpose of work. That's all. Then the next question will be, so if we have Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya and Shudra, you said Brahmana is in the mode of goodness, Kshatriya is in passion, Vaisya is in combination of passion and ignorance, Shudra is in ignorance. That means Brahmanas are superior to Kshatriyas. So because Brahmanas are in goodness, only Brahmanas will realize that their body, they are not this body, they are spirit soul. Shudras are in ignorance, so they will not realize. That is why Krishna said all these verses before this, telling us about karma. Karma in goodness, passion and ignorance. Karta in goodness, passion and ignorance. This means what? You can be doing any particular dharma. You can be a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, woman, anyone. And each person has his dharma. If you do your particular dharma strictly, in the mode of goodness. What is mode of goodness? You have to do it krama baddha. Krama baddha means the way, systematically, the way it is prescribed, in accordance with the rules, the way it is said, regularly, without giving up your dharma under any circumstances, because of illusion, because of fear, because of difficulty. No, under all circumstances, you do the duty which is assigned to you based on your svabhava. You stick to your duty. Then this type of doing duty is called, and also the result. You should not do it for the result that is coming. That means material result. Every work will give some material result. It may give you fame, name, money, followers, right? Don't take anything. Offer all the result to Krishna. Don't take it. And also anahankara, doership. I am the doer. Don't take credit that I am the doer. So when you work in this consciousness, that is working in the mode of goodness. And what are you doing? You have to do dharma which is prescribed to do to you later on. It's soon coming. Krishna will say, even if you are good at someone else's dharma, don't do. Mataji, Subhadra Mataji?
Mataji, I have a question. Like, you
Hmm.
were explaining, right? This is the earth is our karma bhumi, right? We do all our karmas to go to either upper planetary system or lower planetary system. Then again, we have to come here to do karma, and this is going on, right? So when we go to upper planetary or lower planetary, what do we do there so that we again come to earth if we don't do
Ah,
any karma there?
it's like here doing karma means Mataji, it's like working and earning money, right?
Okay. Okay.
That is karma. So you get money. So going higher and lower means spending your money. So when you go on recreation, right, you go for a vacation. So in
Mm-hmm.
vacation, what are you doing? You're enjoying, you're spending whatever you earn throughout the year. You go on the vacation, you spend everything. No money, now you have to come back and work. So similarly, you go to higher planets, you will enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You will enjoy, like you'll have a long life, you'll have, all time, you won't have old age, no diseases. So you will just be enjoying your senses, basically sense gratification. You will be enjoying there. You're not working to earn, you're not getting any, you're not accumulating any pious credits. On
Oh,
the other hand, you're spending whatever you have.
acha, once
And
we
if
done, then we come back. When we are exhausted, we
exactly
come. Okay, okay, got it. Thank
zero
you.
balance, come back here.
Come
And
back.
lower means the opposite. Now you did sinful activities, so you have to go down. So you
Mm,
suffer, and it's like you have a debt. So you
okay.
have to pay off. Suffer, and then when you come to zero, now again you come back to earthly plan.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sure. So like this. Ah, so here the point is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whether we name it or not, it is already there. This we should understand. It's already there. That nature is already there. That nature has to be identified by the guru. For women, it is very simple. It's actually much better. There's no need to identify because the body reflects. The body reflects. The position of women is they are like a what do you say, a creeper, right? So like you have vines, grape vines, right? So you just on whichever support you uh, you it'll take the shape of the support. So if the wife is supporting a brahmana, she will get the qualities of a brahmana. If the wife is supporting a kshatriya, she will get the qualities of a kshatriya. If she is supporting a vaishya, she will. But even when she is supporting, her position is always to assist, to be faithful, to be faithful. This is the duty of a woman. By doing this exactly like a Brahmana, exactly like a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or a woman. So if she is simply being faithful to her duty as a wife and mother, and then she will also get the result of that dharma. What is the result? Karma chodana is to realize you're not this body. That is why if you are a sati, sati means a chaste wife. We have so many examples in Shastra. Simply by being a chaste wife, she is as good as a sannyasi. She will get the same result that a sannyasi gets by being a chaste wife. That's all she has to do. We are talking about dharma here. We are not talking about bhakti. Please note that. That's a different platform. We are talking about dharma. But why dharma is required? By doing this dharma, it will bring you to the platform that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. So there is no harm in doing dharma, even if you're a devotee. Devotee's purpose is not only to realize I'm a spirit soul. Devotee's purpose is to ultimately develop love of Godhead. We want to develop Krishna Prema, right? And Krishna Prema, who will love God? A servant of the Lord, a devotee of the Lord. But for us to realize that I'm a devotee and for us to render devotional service, what do we need? We need the mercy of a pure devotee. And what is the result of that mercy? The result of that mercy is you will be fully surrendered to Krishna. No more identifying with this body. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. No identification. This is my son, this is my daughter, this is my husband, this is my, my hometown, these are my parents, this is my community, my caste. Nothing. No identification. My own, and not just when I say 24 hours, my consciousness will be like that. My consciousness will be, I'm only a servant of Krishna. That's all. I'm not Hindu, I'm not Muslim, I'm not, American, I'm not Indian, I'm not woman, I'm not man. What is my identity? I'm a servant of Krishna. That's all. This is a pure devotee. Now, how you will come to this stage? When you get Dhrida Shraddha. But to get Dhrida Shraddha, you have to hear from Shastra. What is Shastra saying? Shastra is saying Krishna is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. The constitutional position of the living entity is to be the eternal servant of Krishna. How you will get faith in these words of Shastra? How you will believe these words? You will believe these words when you are in the mode of goodness. You will be able to accept this message when you are in the mode of goodness. How you will come to mode of goodness? By doing your karma, in this consciousness. Karma means your particular prescribed dharma. Now you see the connection, why that is required. If we kick that out, if we say, no, we don't need dharma prescribed in Shastra, we will do whatever work we are doing. The work that we are doing is in the modes of passion and ignorance. It is not in the mode of goodness. And we already read what are the symptoms of passion and ignorance. What is intelligence in passion? You don't know what is dharma, what is adharma. You cannot grasp what the Shastra is saying. You won't understand. You'll be hearing, but you won't get the message. You won't understand that Shastra is telling me to surrender to Krishna. That conviction won't come in the heart. I will be pleased that, oh, I'm a nice devotee, I'm doing everything. But that conviction to surrender to Krishna is not coming in me. Why? Because of being in the mode of passion and ignorance. But if you're in the mode of goodness, how you'll come to the mode of goodness? Do your dharma with this consciousness. What is the consciousness? Not being affected by happiness or distress. Giving up the result of the work that you're doing. And also doing the work which is prescribed to you. Giving up means not just, giving donation here to schools and hospitals and digging wells. Not that. That becomes again pious activity which will give you punya karma. Punya karma takes you to Swarga. That is not giving up the result. Giving up the result means you have to give it to Bhagwan only. You have to offer all the result of your karma to Bhagwan. That is called, karmarpanam. That is offering to the Lord. And result, you're working, but all the result you're offering to the Lord. And while working, you have no expectation of the result. You're not working that, oh, I'm going to get this result, so I will do. You don't have that expectation. And because you're not expecting the result, general tendency is what? किसी भी तरह से कर देते हैं. We can do it in any way because I'm not going to get any result. What difference does it make? But if they say, oh, now the whole world will recognize what you're doing, oh, you'll put your 100. That means I'm working for the result. But someone who is in the mode of goodness, he will give his 100% and he doesn't even want the result. He is not expecting, and even when it comes, he won't take it. This is mode of goodness. So when you are like this, working, doing your dharma in this consciousness, it brings you to the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, you will grasp the conclusion of scripture that I must surrender to Krishna. You will get firm faith in bhakti, in the Supreme Lord. Now you surrender to the Lord. Now 24/7. Even externally, you're doing all your duties. You're doing your dharma. All your duties means you're doing your particular dharma. Internally in your heart, because your Shraddha is formed, you're constantly thinking of the Supreme Lord. You're rendering service to the Lord. That is wanted. That is wanted. So that is the connection. So if we don't do this dharma, what has been happening is we are not doing the initial part. We have neglected that. What is this dharma? What is this shastra? This is all old fashioned, right? duties for women and, Brahmana, Kshatriya. Where do you find these people? How do we find all this? We just remove that. And we are saying, yeah, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, that is sufficient. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you chant Hare Krishna, then we will be perfected. That is true. But how you should chant Hare Krishna? Namacharya Haridas Thakur, he's setting example. That's how you should chant Hare Krishna. Then you may say, why Srila Prabhupada said chant only 16 rounds? Srila Prabhupada did not say chant only 16 rounds and do whatever nonsense you like. He didn't say that. Srila Prabhupada has come to us. It's like, about Jesus Christ, they say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, you know, covet another's property, thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. Why such instructions are given? Srila Prabhupada didn't give those instructions. Don't steal another person's wife. He didn't give that as a regulative principle. According to the audience, the people that Jesus Christ was preaching to were barbarian people. That's what they were doing. Killing, stealing, raping women. To such people now he has to preach God consciousness. How much can they take? So you can only give as much as the other person can take. So at least make them human beings. So all right, now you at least don't commit these abominable activities, right? Don't steal another's wife, don't steal another's property, don't kill people. Can you imagine? This is a regulative principle. You should not kill. So that was the audience. Now when Srila Prabhupada came, what is the audience? Then what did Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say before that? He said everyone must chant 64 rounds. This is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Lakpati, right? Lakpati means the owner of 1 lakh. Unless one is the owner of 1 lakh, I won't accept what they want to feed me, offer. You offer to the Lord, he won't eat. Unless you're Lakpati. Lakpati means owner of 1 lakh. The devotees became moros. Owner of 1 lakh, we don't have 1 lakh gold coins. That means we will never be able to feed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu said, don't become moros. I didn't mean gold coins. 1 lakh holy names. 1 lakh holy names means it comes to 64 rounds. Everyone must chant at least 64 rounds. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said the same thing. You must all chant 64 rounds. Srila Prabhupada also said the same thing when he came. What happened? They could not chant. He said, all right, chant 32. They could not chant that also. Then he said, all right, you chant at least 16 rounds, but no less. Why? Because you have to raise them from wherever they are. See, if you tell a child you have to cross 5 steps, you're climbing steps, right? You have to go to the 5th step directly. He'll become morose. Oh, I cannot climb. He won't even try. But if you say you can go to the next step, or you can go 2 steps from here, he can try, right? Now, because the father said you go 2 steps, you go there, should he just stand there all the time? Already the standard for pure devotional service is set. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmarjanavritam Anukulyana Krishnanushilanam. That is the platform for Shuddha Bhakti. That is already set. But to raise us to that platform, Acharya, according to time, place, and circumstance, is saying, all right, you do this much. What will happen when you do? Because the thing is, he should at least get them to start doing devotional service. You start now, right? And you make a commitment. I will do 16 rounds every day. You make that commitment. What will happen when you make that commitment, and if you do it properly, is you'll become purified. And with that purification, now you will increase more and more and more. And then when you increase more and more, the rest of the time also, it is not that he said you chant 16 rounds and remaining time you can watch movies and you can do whatever you like. Did he say that? He engaged them in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Go and preach this mission. That is as good as chanting. Everyone he would send them out. Either you go and do street Harinam or you go and do book distribution. Every day, not that once in a year during Christmas marathon only. No. Just a few devotees would remain in the temple to do deity worship. One person to cook the deities, for the deities, one person to do the offering, arti. Everyone else must go out and do preach. Preach means book distribution. They would do. And initially, when he didn't even have books, magazines, back to Godheads, everyone would go and distribute. So 16 rounds, but remaining time, what you're doing, you're engaging in direct devotional service. That will also bring you to the platform of Shuddha Bhakti. Now we dropped all the other things and we are saying, oh, we'll do only 60, even the 16 rounds people are not able to do. But still we think we are pure devotees because Srila Prabhupada said that everyone in this movement is a pure devotee. When Srila Prabhupada said everyone in this movement is a pure devotee, what was the standard that he was setting? Are we living by that standard? So therefore, Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana. Shastra cannot be changed. Right? Shastra cannot. Any literature which is 100% following the conclusions of Shastra, that literature is also Veda. You must accept that as Veda. Srila Jiva Goswami has established. Now we are reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Shastra Veda? Yes, it is. You see, whenever Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami makes a statement, immediately he will substantiate it. He will quote from Srimad Bhagavatam. He will quote from Vishnu Purana. He will quote always, all our acharyas. They don't just make independent statements. When they make a statement, their statement is perfectly according to conclusion of Shastra. So, what is the point here? The point is, and if you reach Srila Prabhupada's purpose, what is Srila Prabhupada's? Always he's saying 24 hours, 24 hours. You see, Prabhupada's lectures you hear, and Prabhupada's, you see his purports. Do you see in his purports anywhere, you show me where he's saying, yes, you chant 16 rounds and that is sufficient, you don't need to do anything else? Does he say anywhere? On the contrary, you see, even if you go in Vedabase and you type, 24 hours, chant 24 hours or engage in devotional service all the time, 24 hours. So many purports will come. Because that is Shuddha Bhakti, that is pure devotional service. Now we want to come there, then how do we come there? This is a scientific method. Yesterday I sent a letter of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur sent to his son, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What did he say? You must establish this Daiva Varnashram Dharma. Daiva Varnashram Dharma means what? Identifying the svabhava of a person, identifying the svabhava, and then assigning particular duties to that person as per his svabhava. This is in the case of those who are not yet pure devotees. What about those who are already pure devotees? What Krishna is telling to Arjun. Arjun is already a pure devotee. But what is Krishna saying? Still you do Kshatriya Dharma. Why? To set example to others. So somebody who is a pure devotee, then he will do anything. He can take either Brahmana's duty, Kshatriya, Vaisya, he'll do any duty. No problem. Because what is his svabhava? His svabhava is Jiveru Swarupa hai Krishna Nityadas. I am a servant of Krishna. For Krishna, I can act in any role. I can act as a Kshatriya, I can act as a Vaisya, I can act as a Shudra, I can act as anything for the service of Krishna. So everyone has to work. Right? Those who are already pure devotees, they work to set example and lead others. Those who are not pure devotees, they have to work according to their svabhava to come to the stage of pure devotional service. And this plan is not just meant for one small society. This is meant for the entire planet. Not just this entire, for the whole, planet. It's meant. Everyone should come under this system. Krishna speaking this in Bhagavad Gita. This verse is saying, Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Svabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes, O chastiser of the enemy. How are Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas distinguished? How do you determine who's a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya? How do you determine who's a Brahmana? Okay, based on what they do. And how do you decide what should they do? Okay, let's see. So, how do we know who's a Brahmana, who's a Kshatriya, who's a Vaishya? Who wants to say? Madhava is saying based on the work that they do, we can identify. Now, how will he decide what work he should do?
According to Shastras.
Mataji is saying according to Shastra. You're saying according to birth? No. Okay. Qualities. Based on his qualities. What is the Sanskrit term for that? Based on his qualities? Just now that's what we were discussing all day, all class today. What do you mean by qualities?
The samskaras.
Samskaras. Yes. From samskaras, what is formed? His samskaras is correct, but based on samskaras, his
Capabilities will go this.
but yeah, his svabhava.
Yes.
Svabhava, his nature.
The
He
nature.
gets here see svabhava, his nature, svabhava. How this svabhava is formed? Because of influence of gunas, the three modes. Svabhava is formed because of the influence of the three modes. Where these three modes are there? In the samskaras, in the chitta, right? That actually the three modes are influencing everything. Is all originally the karma is installed on the chitta. So now the chitta is reflecting his svabhava. All the samskaras in the chitta are reflecting his svabhava. How is this svabhava formed? Based on the influence of the modes. That's why someone has the svabhava of a Brahmana, someone has the svabhava of a Kshatriya, someone has the svabhava of a Vaishya, someone of a Shudra, like that. Svabhava. Okay. Now, according to this svabhava, all his other like mind, intelligence, his ahankara, his senses, they will all be according to this svabhava only. So this is the key. This svabhava has to be identified. Svabhava means nature. And then according to that nature, you will decide whether he's a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And once you decide he's a Brahmana, now you assign his duties. So the next question is who will do? Mataji said from Shastra, but we cannot do it on our own from Shastra. Yes, Guru will do it. Guru will do it. That is why we need what? We need an institution called Varnashrama College, where there are gurus who know how to identify. So Gurukula is meant for young boys under 7 years of age for admission, and then they until 12 they stay there. But for admission they have to be less than 7. Gurukula boys. There their swabhava is identified by the guru, and for grown-up boys after 12 they are considered grown-up boys. They have to go to college, Varnashrama college. And in Varnashrama college also they will have gurus who will identify and train the boys, the men. So now they are men. They will identify and train the men according to their particular nature. We have so many universities, so many colleges and schools all over the world. But what is the use of all that? What is being taught there? Is the swabhava being identified? Are they being trained? And the goal of all work is to realize that we are not this body. right? Otherwise, eternally we will be going back into Karnodakshaya Vishnu and again coming back, birth after birth, birth after birth. It's just going on like this. But if if we have this system where all these universities and colleges remove all the teachers and you put gurus there who know how to identify svabhava and how to train them according to Shastra, so much good can be done to the whole planet. Everyone will now be engaged according to his nature, and because it is his nature, he will actually, he will be performing that activity, that job, or that dharma he will be carrying out because he relates to it. That's his svabhava. It's natural for him to, let's say, if he's a Vaisya, it is natural for him to farm. But if you told a Kshatriya to go and do farming on the field, he may not be, he may not be favorable to doing that. That's not his nature. So therefore, identifying and then giving him his duties, he will stick to that all his life. He will do because that's his nature. He will be sticking to that duty, and if he does in the proper consciousness, he's actually progressing spiritually while he's also, so because he's working, he'll get, he's surviving also. He will get his food and maintenance, everything will happen. He's living in this world, but at the same time, it's a win-win situation. He will also make spiritual progress. But with the current system, what is happening? Spiritual progress is going down, 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 down. And we are getting more and more entangled. We are becoming greedy, isn't it? Because the whole propaganda is how to get more and more, how you can enjoy better. That's the whole propaganda. Enjoying. This is not mode of goodness. It is mode of passion. And then mode of ignorance is even deep, deep. That's a whole different type of enjoyment, right? Sleeping, getting intoxicated. So the world is in a very precarious condition. The only thing that can save them is, of course, the good news is this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden age. It just started. It just started. Now it's looking so bleak all around, but actually it's just blossoming, right? Like a lotus opening up. So this 10,000 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden age, it just started. 500 years have passed. It will reach to its, you know, uh, what do you call, apex, right? The summit. And then again, gradually, it will wane away. So, but for that, certainly this has to happen. Otherwise, how? How it will happen? Prithivite ache jata nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibe more naam means everywhere. Still, there are so many places all over the planet where it is not yet, you know. When we read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, you remember when Mahaprabhu was going to South India, what was the condition? That is how it's going to be. Everyone will be chanting Krishna's names in ecstasy. This is the golden age. We didn't come to that stage yet. It will happen. And then Mahaprabhu's, Srila Prabhupada is the commander. He came and, he took the flag all over the world and introduced this, right? And Srila Prabhupada himself said that now, the milk has to be boiled, right? You have to get, yes, you made devotees, you introduced Krishna consciousness to people, but now you have to improve the quality of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada said this in 1977, February 14th. Now the milk has to be boiled. Quality has to be improved. So the 50% of the mission is also required for that to happen. Okay, so we did one verse today. Let me see what is the next, or we can just read also. Yeah, so the next is what are the symptoms of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, Shudra. We can just read. Shamodamas damasta pahshaucham kshantir arjavam evasya jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. So these are the, so how do you recognize? By the qualities, right? Who said? Madhava said, by qualities you recognize. You said, Rasabriya said. The qualities, so what are the qualities of a Brahmana? shamaha, damaha, tapaha, shaucham, kshanti, arjavam. Right? He controls his mind, he controls his senses, he's austere, he's clean, both inside and outside, he's pure, he's tolerant, and he is honest. Right? Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma, Karma, Svabhavajam. And also, he has, Jnanam, he has both the knowledge and the realization. Astikyam. Brahma Karma Svabhavajam. By these qualities, you recognize a Brahmana. Not simply by wearing a sacred thread, now I'm a Brahmana. Because I chant Gayatri 3 times a day, I'm a Brahmana. Brahmana means one who has these qualities is a Brahmana. Then, translation. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. What about Kshatriyas? Shauryam tejo dhritirdakshyam yuddhe chapyapalayanam danam ishvara bhavascha kshatram karma swabhavajam. What is Kshatriya's swabhava? Shauryam. Shauryam means what? Chivalrous, right? Courage. Tejaha. Tejaha means he has this prowess, right? Tejaha. Dhritihi. Dhritihi means we said determination, right? Dhriti. Daksham. Daksha means one who is very expert, right? Daksham, resourcefulness. Yuddhe cha api apalayanam. One who does not run away from battle. He will not. He will die there, but he will never turn his back and run away from battle. These are the qualities of a Kshatriya. So if somebody is running away from battle, means he's not a Kshatriya. Out of fear, if he's running away, means he's not a Kshatriya. He doesn't have the quality of a Kshatriya. Right? Shauryam, Teja, Dhritir, Daksham, Yuddhe cha api apalayanam. Also, Danam, he gives charity. Ishvara bhavaha, right? He is the ruler always. He will never take job from another person. He won't accept to become an employee of anyone. No. If you're a Kshatriya, you will never take up a job. Ishvara bhava, right? Controllership. Danam, giving charity. Shatram, karma swabhavajam. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. Krishi goraksha vanijyam vaishya karma swabhavajam paricharyatmakam karma shudrasyapi swabhavajam. Krishi goraksha vanijyam. Krishi, agriculture. Goraksha, cow protection. Vanijyam means trade. What is trade? When you produce something, either it is milk products or your agricultural produce, when it is in excess, you exchange it with another farmer or another Vaisya for the things which you don't produce. That is trade, right? Krishi goraksha vanijyam Vaisya karma svabhavajam paricharyatmakam karma. Paricharyatmakam means working for others, assisting others, right? Like a servant going and serving others. Others means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishyas. Paricharyatmakam karma shudrasyapi svabhavajam. So what is the nature of Shudra? Shudra's nature is to serve a master. A Shudra has to have a master. Then he will faithfully serve his master. Vaishya means agriculture, cow protection and trade. That is his nature. Farming, cow protection and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras there are labor and service to others. स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. This is exactly what I was trying to tell you. It does not matter. A Shudra should not aspire to become a Brahmana one day, to think, for me to be successful, when I become the manager, right? Now I am one of the team members. But one day when I become the manager, or I'll become the project lead, or I will become the CEO, that is my success. That's not the system. When I become, the controller, then that is the success, then I'm progressing. No. In the Varnashram system, Krishna system, it is not like that. You remain. According to your svabhava, you have been identified. Sve sve karmani abhirataha samsiddhim labate naraha. You can get perfection by doing your particular dharma. You don't need to become a Brahmana for you to get success. But on the material platform, we think that, oh, now when I'm doing Brahmana's duty, now I'm actually a great person. Now I'm an advanced person. Now I'm a, recognized by everyone. That is material platform. That is material platform. But doing your particular duty very nicely means in the mode of goodness, you will get the same result which a Brahmana according to his nature is doing. He'll get the result, you will get the same result by doing your particular duty. So where is the question of competition? Women have to be, women are able to do everything that men are able to do. Now they are even driving trucks and they are flying airplanes. So in what way women are less to men? There is no, nothing to be gained in this. And of course, exploitation on the men's part, that is also wrong. Everyone is acting on the bodily platform. These duties are also on the bodily platform, by the way. Even though you're on the bodily platform, do it properly. Do dharma, don't do adharma. Krishna is saying, each person by doing his particular dharma, he will get perfection. You don't have to change your dharma. You should not. And next he will say even more heavily, you should not change your dharma. No. Why? Because if you change your dharma, you won't make any progress. You won't realize. The goal is to realize I'm not this body. That will not happen if you change your dharma. Sve sve karmanyabhirataha samsiddhim labhate naraha swakarma nirataha siddhim. Swakarma, that your own karma, your own dharma which is assigned to you. If you do that, you can get perfection. Yatha vindati tachrinu. How you can get perfection by doing your own dharma? I'm going to tell you now. Listen, Krishna is saying. That we will see tomorrow. Okay. I'm not doing Bhagavatam and the prayers today because we already covered it. It's 8 o'clock. I will let you go. Thank you all so much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.